The day the truth surfaced did not arrive with thunder or shouting. It came quietly, like a crack in glass that had been there all along, waiting for the right light to reveal it. The morning sun spilled through the thin curtains of our small rented room, touching the chipped paint on the walls, the second-hand table, the life we had built from almost nothing. What began as a simple question turned into a moment that would tear open every belief she had about me, about love, about sacrifice, and about why some people choose to live smaller lives in a world obsessed with wealth and status. Before the story pulls you deeper, take a moment here. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in love that chooses truth over appearances, please like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel, The Kindness Chronicles, to support stories that remind us what really matters. I had met her in a place where ambition went to hide when it got tired of chasing applause. She worked long hours, carried the weight of her family's expectations, and measured her worth by how much she could endure without breaking. I was the man who arrived on a bus instead of a car, who wore the same shoes until the soles thinned, who spoke carefully about dreams but never about money. I let her believe I was poor not because I enjoyed deception, but because I had learned, through years of watching people change when numbers entered the room, that wealth often invited masks rather than honesty. I wanted to be seen without the armor of privilege, to know if love could exist without bargaining. Life with her was modest, but it was alive. We cooked simple meals, laughed at small disasters, and learned each other's silences. When problems came, they came honestly, bills that needed planning, relatives who doubted our choices, nights when exhaustion felt heavier than hunger. I carried the quiet fear that if she ever discovered the truth, the love we shared would feel contaminated, as if every memory had been rehearsed. Yet I also carried hope that the foundation we were building was stronger than the secret I guarded. The truth emerged through a chain of ordinary events that felt cruel in their timing. A forgotten document, an old acquaintance who recognized my name, a look of confusion that turned into disbelief. Suddenly, the life she thought she knew felt staged. She looked at our furniture, our routines, our struggles, and wondered which parts were real. The hurt in her eyes was not anger alone, it was grief for the trust she thought had been taken from her. In that moment, I understood the cost of my choice. I had tried to protect love from money, but in doing so, I had risked love itself. What followed was not a dramatic exit or a public confrontation, but a long, heavy silence that filled the room. She questioned every sacrifice, every decision to live simply, every time she had defended me to others. I questioned myself too. Had I been selfish? Had I mistaken idealism for integrity? The days that followed were slow and aching. She kept her distance, not physically, but emotionally, as if standing too close to me might pull her back into a story she no longer trusted. I did not rush to justify myself. Instead, I let my actions speak in the only language I had left. I continued to live the same way, not because I had to, but because I believed in it. I showed her the parts of my life she had never seen, the quiet investments I made in people rather than assets, the reasons I had stepped away from a world where success was measured by excess. I told her about the loneliness of being valued for what I owned instead of who I was, and the fear that real love would never survive that glare. Time became the mediator between us. Slowly, she began to see that the man she loved had not vanished with the truth, he had only become clearer. The struggles we shared had been real, even if my capacity to escape them had been hidden. She realized that I had chosen her not as a prize to be bought, but as a partner to be known. Forgiveness did not arrive all at once, it arrived in moments, when she laughed again without forcing it, when she asked about my past without bitterness, when she admitted that part of her pain came from fearing she had been unworthy of the truth. The transformation was not just hers. I learned that love demands courage and honesty, not just purity in intention. I understood that protecting someone from the truth can still wound them, no matter how noble the reason. Together, we rebuilt trust brick by brick, this time with no secrets between us. We chose a life that balanced means with meaning, using resources responsibly without letting them define us. The simplicity remained, but it was now a shared choice, not a test. Years later, when people ask about our story, they expect a fairy tale of wealth revealed and problems solved. What they hear instead is a quieter truth, that love is not proven by what you can give materially, but by what you are willing to risk emotionally. That pretending to be poor did not make me noble, but choosing real love over convenience made me human. That forgiveness is not forgetting, but understanding. As this story draws to a close, if it touched your heart, if it made you question what you value and why, please take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who believes in deeper connections, and subscribe to The Kindness Chronicles for more stories that honor compassion and truth. And before you go, leave a comment sharing your thoughts or your own experience with love, honesty, and second chances. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs today. In the end, we did not become a story about wealth or deception. We became a story about choosing each other every day, fully seen, fully known, and fully committed to a love that asked for.